Hi, I'm Raquel, and this is Law Librarian Plans. Today, I'm going to be decorating my fitness spread using the Fall Icon sticker book by Kell Plan and redating the pages with the Dated Basics book, also by Kell Plan. So today is Halloween. It's posting on Halloween anyway. And so this week I've decided to do Halloween in my most of my planners. I'm not a big Halloween person, but I can do a week of Halloween. So that's what we're going to do today. I have already pre erased the dates and some of this information. That took me about 3 minutes, actually, more like five. And that's because I started using this side of the page for a different spread, not realizing I had pulled too many pages. So I had to rearrange the pages for this month. They needed to be redated anyway, so it's not a big loss, but I just wanted to get that done. So I've removed the sticker books. I'm going to grab the dating pieces. I'm going to actually date this first before I decorate. Um, Not a big risk because I'm going to be using mostly boxes. So there's no real big chance that things are going to overlap with the dates. So that's why I'm doing it this way. I did not, however, erase the October, and I'd like to do that because I'd like to use an October sticker from this book. So let's use that. And I decided to go with these black numbers, and then the black numbers don't have black background letters, but they have these letters which go, I mean, not letters, days of the week and months. So this is what I'm going to use. So let me start with the dates. Actually, I should start with the numbers, with the words, but I want to line the dates as far north as I possibly can, as centered as possible. If the dates, the day of the week sticker goes a little bit into the box, I'm not going to be too broken up about it, but I don't want these to stick out from the top of the page at all, because then I'd have to cut them and then they're going to lose their shape. So I doing this sort of backwards from what I would normally do. All right, so meaning putting I usually put the day on first and then I put the number down. All right, but this is gonna I'm trying to be very quick with this one. Usually this is the spread that takes me the longest time to create because I'm trying to do something decorative here. It's purely decorative for me, this top box. So for some reason, it always takes me forever. I'm hoping that since I'm doing mostly boxes on that top line, that that's going to help a bit. So one and two. And I had used the rest of this page to date other things, which is why there's only a little piece of it left. Um, I am not precious about my sticker books. I will remove pages from them very quickly if it's going to make my life easier when trying to work with them. So that's why you see bits and pieces of sticker books and things like that. It's just kind of weird. Now, I don't have the big October from this one, which is a shame because the days of the week are actually bigger than October, but it is what it is. So we got to work with what we got. So we put October there. And now we have the days of the week. And I'm ready. So I'm going to start on the left and move to the right. And like I said, these are definitely bigger. So I'm going to let them overlap a little bit on the space and then lift up the day. The day. That's going to be a little bit challenging when I go decorate this. I already know that. Um, and I'm having second thoughts about what I'm trying to do here. I'm going to pause the dating and because I may have to redo it. The more I look at it, the more I think, oh, I'm going to have a problem later on. So let's get decorating because that's what we came here for, right? Most of the decorating, not so much the redating. And setting this up functionally. The other thing I could do, I have an idea. Let's play with that idea. Sorry, it's my brain wants to do what it wants to do. And it's hyper focusing on that whole thing. Is could I put the number on the left, centered on the line, and then put the day of the week, let's find that Monday, next to it? Nope, because guess what? It's going to overlap with the next one unless, and once I get to Wednesday, well, I got to try this. I really got to try this. So let's see. overlap it just a bit like so. And then if the next one overlaps it, it's okay too. It's the Sunday that's going to be the problem. Yep, no, it's going to end up being a problem again. All right. Yeah, this is not going to work out. Not how I had intended anyway. So I'm going to leave things up there because let's get decorating. Let's decorate and then figure out that at the end. Maybe something will occur to me. So the set I decided to use is this. There's a Halloween set in here, and it has all these boxes. And I thought I can just go with a box heavy spread because this is purely decorative. In my world, in this planner right now, in this era where I'm in, where I'm not doing crazy workout or not crazy workouts. I'm not doing workouts, period. I am just getting any movement I can get. I think that works. So now to be strategic here, because I have 5, 6, 7. So I have 5 boxes that are decorative. No, 6 boxes that are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then one that is not decorative. So let's see color wise. Orange, orange, orange. Kind of orange. So I'm going to put this orange. Actually, I'm going to put this orange. Wait, I'm thinking here. I'm getting myself very confused. Oh, I see. I can't be that strategic. All right. So I'm going to start with this one right here. Like so. We're just having fun. And see, these are even taller than the boxes. So, wow. It's a good thing I didn't get very far. It revealed the issue right away. I may have days of the week that are smaller, but not small enough that I could put the day of the week and that big circle over it. So I'm just going to remove all of these and we're going to think about this. I'm going to think about this and figure it out before we're done. And even if I don't date it, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'll show you what I'm going to do, but not necessarily do it so that we can save a little bit of time. All right. Unless I'm super fast with the rest of the spread. If I'm super fast with the rest of the spread, then I will probably date this so you can see how long it took me to do it. So in this channel, I don't edit my videos. I have edited to add comments about uh, the sound, if there was an issue with the sound. Sometimes I've done that. If it happens in the middle of a video, sometimes I do that. Or if I have to stitch together multiple pieces, like for example, if I'm starting a video on my computer and then I'm gonna do this, an overhead thing, I will stitch parts of the video. I don't have fancy equipment. I use my phone. But other than that, I try not to edit my videos. So, all right. So then I have one black and one blue, 2 green. So again, we're gonna be strategic here about how we're gonna put these down so that we don't end up with the same color next to each other, that kind of thing. Same color background, that is. Okay. Then I have another green that's going to go on the other end. We have black and orange. So I think black is next. And then we have another orange, and then we have another dark orange. But I wanted to have the orange one that is actually a box with writing space in the middle, and then put the other one that's a decorative box at the very end. So maybe I'll write, it's scary to eat Halloween candy. No, just kidding. I don't know what I'll do with it because it's a partially decorative box. I don't think I have any more decorations. Oh, I could put just a decoration in that box. But the question is, what color box goes next? It's a blue box. So of the decorations that I have in this book that are big enough are this one, which actually it's the same graphic. So why not? Let's take this box out. I do not intend to use this scheme for another. Maybe I will. Maybe I can do a smaller, something that doesn't require as much decoration. Um, Halloween theme spread. This, like so. I'm gonna cut off that bottom though, if I can find the scissors. Okay, cutting off the clear sticker so it doesn't stick down, because already this is going to stick and end up on the box next to it. So some of it will be covered by the box that goes next to it, but that's okay. Yeah. All right. Actually, I will have enough to do another spread if I wanted to. So it'll have to be something interesting. Then, oh, goody. So this is going to end up exactly, it's going to end up well. Then this one is going to be here. And yes, I know I covered the shoe. That's okay. Then the green one and then the orange one. This is the fastest I've decorated this upper section of my spread. Usually takes me the longest time because I usually put smaller stickers and try to basically fill up the boxes as much as possible, but with small stickers. But I don't have to do that today. So much faster this way. Funnily enough, not as many candies on this spread, so that's good. Not that I'm super tempted or anything like that, but less temptation is a good thing. All right, so that is pretty good. Now I'm trying to think. Oh, the dates. I'm not going to worry about the dates just yet. I keep wanting to focus on the dates, and the dates are the least of my worries at this point. So let me use this bone folder, I think is what it's called. I do other paper crafts besides planners, and so I use this for folding things to make crisp edges. But I saw somebody, oh, Elizabeth from the Joyful Sojourn, using it for this, and I thought it's genius. And basically all I'm doing is removing the air bubbles, because the sticker will become more vibrant if it doesn't have those air bubbles in between the sticker and the page. All right, so the next thing I need to do here is I need one box here. I'm gonna need deco here. I need another box here, and then we're gonna put icons. We're gonna put boxes along the bottom, which I realize now I may be having a small crisis there, which I'll have to think about how I'm going to solve it. I have 5 boxes total. 6 boxes. Oh, I have all the boxes. I'm going to be able to do it without having to pull up another book. Yay. All right. So, sorry. I get very excited about these things. So remember that box that I didn't use? No, I don't want to use that. Too much deco on it. All right. So we're going to pick a color. I'm going to pick black. And I'm leaving the blue. So I was thinking of blue. The reason I picked black is because if I need another black box, I can get another black box somewhere else, but not so much that blue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if I need another blue box, I can get another blue box, or I can get another black box, and I have enough different colors to do another spread. So I'm always thinking ahead. It's not that I'm hoarding my stickers, because I'm not. It's more of I want to make sure that I can do a complete, as much of a complete spread as I can with the stickers that are left. And my goal is to really exhaust most of my seasonal sticker books before I buy any more. I am making some exceptions. I will be honest with you. So for example, the journaling sticker packs from Live Love Posh that just came out, or have been coming out, because she's done a few already. I really like those, and they bring something different to my planning, so I'm getting those, but not like the Christmas Love sticker book or the other ones. And I love them, and I love her work. Same thing with Kell of a Plan. But I have so many seasonal stickers that I want to see if I can reduce how many books I have before I buy new ones. So at some point, it's going to get difficult to do, and then that's when I'll, look to actually buying sticker books. All right, I need a box down here as well. Now I have to remember those little boxes that are here, that there's exactly six of. I can't touch those. And in fact, I'm going to force myself not to touch them by using them right now. So this one goes here. That's because I need them for this box, for this space. So this one goes here. Then the green one. Again, very strategic use. The goal here is to get the most use out of these sticker books that I possibly can. The black one. And if at the end of the books I have maybe like 1 or 2 stickers left per set, I'm going to feel pretty good about that. It's going to be a good win in my book. All right. And then when oh, oopsie. I just realized something. Well, never mind. Um, can I do it? Yes, I can. Okay. So remember how the green and the orange kind of alternate? These boxes also alternate. So I'm hoping that I can somehow make up for the fact that they are not all the same size, because that happens often enough. But again, I'm trying to use up the boxes. Now, if I'm going to need this size box for the next spread, that's a whole other problem, but that's a tomorrow me problem. Thank you, Jess from Jashi Korn, for that phrase. I've been using that phrase so much lately because it helps. It helps remind myself that, I don't have to figure out everything today. I just have to figure out what I have to figure out. And then the rest of it, I can figure out some other time. I'm trying to apply it to almost anything. Like, for example, I have to record a ton of videos in the next 2 weeks. And I'm like, nope, that's a next week problem. That's not a this week problem. So it works. Okay. And then I have this size box. Oh, but I don't have that blue. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, so see, I knew I was gonna run into issues. So let me realize this is bigger. So I'm gonna trim this side like so. And then I'm thinking, trim this side. And I'm gonna trim this. Because what I don't want is a ton of space left. All right, that works. And for my money, I will cut the right side after I've peeled it off, though. Because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a box, something that looks like a box. And I'm gonna put it right here. I'm going by that one. I'm using the box in the last spot. Oh God, don't stick to my finger that much, okay? And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring this down and I'm gonna cut it there. Oh, perfect. All right, then I'm gonna use my tweezers and I'm gonna place that piece that I just cut off. I'm gonna close the box on this side. Okay, I'm not holding it very well. I'm sorry if no, you cannot see my head, I don't think. But I'm just making a box there. And yes, it's visible. It's visible to me. I hope it's not as visible to you. And if it is, I'm sorry. But I'm just making it work. And then I'm going to grab, it's going to overlap again because I'm not going to cut it that short. Ay, ay, ay. My line is not straight this time. All right. And I'm going to do the same thing where I'm going to trim the paper off. And the only difference is I'll write directly on the page in one side, and then, on the other ones, I'll be writing on a sticker. I mean, if I wanted to do this a little bit better, I would grab some sticker paper and I would put the box on the sticker. I may do that. I may still do that with the next box, but for now, whoops, I just dropped it. I'm doing it the easy way, the way that if you don't have any other sticker paper, you can still do this. So I'm going to take the paper backing off. I'm going to do the same thing once again. Now I know how much I need to overlap, so I can actually cut this there. I'm a little bit nervous about having done that, but it'll work. It'll work. I just tell myself it's going to work. All right, I'm going to grab the piece. I'm going to grab my tweezers, and this time I'm going to grab the tweezers close to this edge, because what I want to do is, again, I'm trying to match the size of the smaller box at the end. So like so. Oh, perfect. It barely overlaps with the green. So little that I'm just ignoring it, even though normally it would make me a little bit nutty. And then I'm going to do the same thing here, like so. Line it up. Line it up here. It's not lined up, so I gotta line it up on the, okay. Line it up there, and not as visible. That's good. So I'm gonna try to grab my knife, my ceramic knife, because there's a tiny bit that overlaps. And if I can cut that out, I will. Okay, the overlap is gone. So the box is a little bit smaller. That's okay. Now we have the trouble of this box, because there's no purple box in here. So what I'm going to choose is I'm going to pick I'm going to use the other orange box that I have. Oh no, because I need a big box. That's right. It's trying to alternate here. I know. I'm going to use this box right here, and I'm going to do the same thing I just did, but this time I'm going to do it with some sticker paper. So you'll see the difference between the two. And the reason I'm picking that one is because it has a pattern that has the purple and so forth. So I can then use that and sort of, you know, try to match it up, kind of, sort of. And it's not just black, because I have a black box next to it. So I don't want a plain black box. Just say that again 5 times fast next to it. So let's do this. Okay. I thought this was going to be the fast one, but no, this is not a fast spread. A couple of challenges that I was not expecting to happen. And this is what happens when you plan in real life, right? We don't like choreograph everything perfectly. And that's part of what I want to show you here, is that I make mistakes, and lots of mistakes. Sometimes you see them in a photo of something I've posted, but as I'm planning, I'm also making mistakes, and I think it's important to see that. All right, bear with me for 1 sec. I have sticker paper near me. Okay, I think this one is clean and usable. So I'm gonna peel. And I decided to keep the backing, the whole backing on it, because it's gonna make it easier. If I try to do the skinny thing, much harder to do that. So somebody that I watch that does this a lot, and I love the fact that she does it in her currently page, is Plannerista 101. I watch a lot of videos. I learn from so many people in this community. They're so generous. Plannerista 101, she does not do the backing, but she does use the frames from stickers she has used in her currently spreads. Go check them out. They're really, really great, just to see how well she does it. I'm just dabbling with this because I have a problem. So it's not as intentional as she is. So notice how this is purple and blue here. So I'm going to purposely use that bottom part. And what I might do is I might overlap it with the top part, because this sticker that I'm creating now is actually twice the size of this sticker. So I might be able to overlap enough of the purple to make it look, to make it more purple than blue. We'll see. Or more blue and purple than any other color. All right, so I'm going to cut off the edges here, because again, I have to fit it into that space. So I'm cutting off all the white edges. And I'm going to put this one down first. So I got to cut this one first. Should have cut that one first. So I'm going to show you. You can't see this on camera because I have it off camera purposely so I can see the sticker. Otherwise, I'd have to stick my head in there. You don't want to see my head. So see, now I've cut the two pieces, 1 and 2. And this one, remember the problem we have, that it's too wide? So I'm going to have to cut it some more. So I'm going to cut this like so. And then I'm going to start by applying this one. And now it's a whole sticker. So it's a whole big thing. And I'm going to apply it right there. It's too tall. So let's cut off some quantity of the sticker. There we go. See if I chopped off enough. I did. Okay, great. So now it fits there. And then here, so remember I need this side, right? So I'm going to use this side here. And then some of it will be overlapped by the blue. So I don't want to make this super thick. So I'm actually going to take the white out of the way because I already have white there. And I'm sorry for the long video, but this is a real life troubleshooting moment. Okay, oops, I just dropped it. Oh no. So skinny and so small, I can barely see it. It's on the floor. Ugh. But I got it. Okay. And now I'm going to finish off the bottom. Actually, no, I'm not. I know what I'm going to do. I am going to do this. I cut off the edge here, right? And then if I do this right, I need to cut off more. I can just place. And then I would make it thick, but it might just make my life a little bit easier. So I'm going to cut off a little bit more of the green. I don't think that's straight at all. Let's see. Okay. Oh, I'm almost there. I'm just trimming, trimming, trimming until I have trimmed enough. Yeah, I have to trim a bit more. So 2 different ways. So if you decide to try it, what do you think? This is a little bit more work, but I think the end result is actually going to be better. So what I have to do now is I have to trim a small amount from this side. All right, I just cut a tiny piece. And I think, oh, that's perfect. Okay, so it's going to end up being a little bit thicker, but not as thick as it would have been if I had left all of the pieces together. So now I do this. And I still have a little bit of extra white, but that's okay because this is the kind of paper that basically blocks anything behind it. So check it out. That is a box. We solved our box problem. All right, so let me take all these scraps off my table, get them out of the way so they don't come back to haunt us a little bit later. And let's go back to where we were because we still, I don't know what I did with that. Oh, I put the book over there. Okay. That was some serious problem solving. I personally like this better. Even though it's a little bit thicker, I like the result. It looks more like the stickers because it is more of a sticker than this one. So just, you know, 2 different ways of solving the same problem. So the next thing I need to do is I said I needed another box. Remember, I'm not touching these because I have exactly the right number of boxes should I need to do another thing. But I do have green boxes and I have brown boxes. And of course, I have more of these boxes. So what if we took, because now I'm drunk on power. Now I want to do this over and over again. What if we did, do you want to do that with the blue or do I want to do that with the black? I kind of want to do it with the black. So I'm going to go back on this page. I'm going to do the same exact thing I just did with the black, but I'm going to make a different size box this time, one that we don't have on this page. So I'm going to take that and I'm going to go like so. And here we're going to have to do much less trimming because I'm not aiming for a box that fits. It'll fit exactly there. So I don't think it's going to be an issue using the edge, but it might be. So we'll find out. So again, I've removed the backing. I'm going to grab my sticker paper. Yep, there's my sticker paper. I'm going to peel it off. And I'm peeling it off with extra backing only because that gives me a little bit more, it's a little bit easier to manage. If it were very thin, it would be much harder for me to get it placed and stuff like that. So here, I want to put it like so. I'm going to let it fall. Okay, it's a little bit off, but it's still on the sticker paper. So now I'm going to go ahead and trim, trim, trim. Yep, I barely got it on the sticker paper on the bottom because my box is a little bit crooked on the sticker paper. But now I'm going to cut, and trim the whole thing to the size of the box. And the bottom box does not need to be quite as big. I like a bigger box on the top to set goals for the week. And then the smaller box on the bottom is like a check-in. Did I do this? Check, 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 check. I don't have to write very long, involved sentences. Did I move? Did I eat? Did I sleep? Okay. So let's see what happens when I do that. It's going to overlap a little bit, but I'm okay with that. So this box, I want it to be about yay tall. I think I cut that straight. I hope I cut that straight. I do realize it's going to overlap, but I want to do fewer cuts this time around. So I'm going to go ahead and peel that and worry about the overlapping later. That's a little bit later me problem. All right. And I'm going to scooch it all the way to the edge here, but not over the edge, just all the way to the edge. Is it over the edge? It is over the edge. Okay. Scooch it, scooch it, scooch it, scooch it all the way down, all the way to the left. Okay, there we go. And then this time, I think I'm just going to cut the top. Yep, I'm going to cut just the top. Because I don't want it to be so thick at the top. And grab it. And I will say this is a little bit thicker, which is kind of nice, easier to maneuver. And I'm going to use my knife. I cut off that little bit excess there that was there. Don't love the fact that both of the boxes are black, but at this point, I cannot even because I still have to date this thing. So next we're going to go and get our functional boxes or our functional icons. So for the functional icons, I have 3 different things I use. I use these sleep icons. I use water bottles and I use glucometers. So I'm going to grab 7 of my sleep icons. And I'm going to have to reorder soon because these are running out very quickly, even though there's a ton of them on the page. 7 of them a week, you get the picture. All right, so we're going to put these here. I put these here so I can put the number of hours and the sleep score underneath it. I use a Fitbit to monitor that. 2, 3. Much faster to take them off my skin than they are from the page. Of course, if you have an allergy or sensitivity to adhesives, don't do that. There's a certain kind of adhesive that I would never do this with because it's not kind to my skin. But these are pretty, for now, they're pretty harmless. How about that? I say for now because allergies are so fickle. Then I have water bottles. And these are both from Proud Sticker Designs. She prints these in a mini size page. So I actually then punch them. She will punch them for you. If you don't have a punch at home, she will definitely punch them for you. But I get them unpunched and then I punch them at home and fit them in a mini size cover and disc set. So sadly, I've tried to use the mini and I really want to use the mini. I am so tempted. Kell of a Plan just came out with a mini line of build your own planner. And I'm like, oh, that would be so great for me to have for, you know, an on-the-go planner. But the reality is that I can just take whatever pages I need from my catch-all and put them in my work planner because they're the same size. So I'm like, yeah, do I really need a whole other planner if I'm doing that? And the answer is probably no. The answer is save your money for something else that you really want and need. So, but I keep getting tempted to go to other sizes because I see so many cool things out there. And I have to remind myself, nope, you know what works for you. Stick with what works for you. Girl, stick with what works for you. All right. I'm thinking. I think I want to say I have some other black number stickers somewhere that I could use because I really want to use those days of the week. So, all right. And we have one more icon, which is not a Proud Sticker Designs. It's Planner Kate. And it's a glucometer because I test my blood sugar every day. So I'm going to use that. So if you have to test your blood sugar every day, I only test once a day. So I don't use a continuous glucose monitor in case you were wondering. My diabetes is under control. So, and it has been pretty much under control since like I started taking medication, and now it's actually back to pre-diabetic numbers. But I pay attention because I want to know how things affect me. And what I've noticed is food definitely, but movement, sleep, and other things also have an effect, which is, you know, which I knew about movement anyway, but there's just so many things that go into what these complicated bodies that we have. All right. I still have to decorate this sidebar. I need to put my headers, which I have also from Proud Sticker Design. So let me do those first so I can move these books out of the way. And then we're going to redate this thing and decorate this spot, and we're going to be done. Later on, I will grab a highlighter and I'll either do lines across or I will do a line next to the line each day. I haven't decided yet, but I do that to add a little bit of extra color because otherwise the page looks very blank to me. I don't like big, you know, vast fields of white where there's color everywhere else. All right, so here we're going to put the word goals. And yes, they're two different fonts, but at this point, who cares? Then we're going to put check-in, my little box where I check in at the end of the week. How did I do? Excuse me, 5 stars, 4 stars. Good driving, neat, clean car. No, just kidding. That's what it makes me think of. But wins can go there. See, it doesn't matter. It's perfect. It works. I love the fact that it worked out so well. All right, and I'm pretty sure I know where those black dots are. So if you bear with me an extra minute or two, I will finish this spread before your eyes. I thought there were 2 pages. Okay, there's 2 pages of deco. Good. Now, since these 2 people, oh, excuse me, sorry about that. Since these 2 people are holding hands, I really can't use that here. I couldn't even trim it. I would try to trim it, except for the fact that the 2 people are holding hands. So instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this very large pumpkin, and I'm going to use this pumpkin for deco here. And I still have enough to do another spread because I have all the I have pumpkins over here. I have a cauldron. I have t-shirts, and I have those people. So I'm going to do boo. And I'm going to put it right here to sort of hide the fact that I whited out some text there. And there's a little bit of white, but I'm just going to deal with it. I just have to deal with it. All right. Let's see if those stickers that I think can be used to date will work, and finish this one up and call it a day, because I am done with it. I am ready to move on. So these have gold, so that's a big no. Aha. Aha, ha, 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 ha. All right, I have little, oh, let me see. Yay! Okay, I have 2 sets of them. Between the 2 sets, I can make my numbers and not destroy yet another set. All right, so here we go. I'm going to use that Monday again. I'm very sad that I couldn't use the ones that came with the days of the week, but unfortunately cannot fit both of them. Even with what I'm doing now, which is I'm trimming off some of the white paper off the Monday sticker because it's still too big. So what I'm trying to do is seeing if I can change its size and still use it. So sorry about that. Those are the bells ringing that it's 2 o'clock. So can I do that there? Oh, I hate the fact that it still overlaps. You know what? I'm just going to let it happen. I trimmed it enough. I feel good about that. So let me use... Oh, I'm missing 29. Ah, shoot. I can't use those. All right. I'm going to use the set that I haven't used yet. Okay. 27. I thought I had all the numbers. I have 27, 28, but I'm missing 30 and 30. 30. Okay. So this is 27. Oh my God, that's too small. Oh, it is too small. Ah. All right, we're going to give this one more whirl. And if this book does not have something, I'm going to just call it a day and let you go. I mean, you can, of course, always go. But I hate it when that happens. Why does this happen? Oh, this has another set of numbers, but these are also tiny. And the numbers that are big have gold in them, which not another color I want to introduce here. Oh, these are too narrow. All right, folks, you're gonna have to take my word for it that I'm gonna finish this. I'm gonna find numbers that fit, that work with those days of the week, because I like those days of the week. I think they go well. I'm thinking of them as skeletons. We'll figure this out. But here we go. So this is my Halloween fitness spread in my fitness planner. If you like this video, please hit that like button. And if you want to see more of my videos, hit that subscribe button. Thank you so much for joining me, and have a great day. Bye.